Free yourself of pain, anxiety, and sleepless nights. And do it naturally. CBD House of Healing only carries products from their lab made to meet the highest quality and purity standards. Find your relief from the aches and pains, the emotional stress and drain, and sleep again. Shop online, cbddallas.com, or in person, and grab a slushie at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101, Dallas, Texas, of course. Begin your healing at the House of Healing. This is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. Oh. Not a mess. Not a mess. And this episode's beer is, Celestial Beer Works. It is called Cold Harbor. It is 6.5%. It is a West Coast IPA with Strata and Mosaic hops. I don't know what that last two parts are, but West Coast is supposed to be stout anyway, or heavy anyway, so we'll see. Okay, very West Coast, very West Coast-ish. It is not a beer for the little aftertaste there. It's very hoppy on the end, on the back end of that, but in the front end, it's actually pretty decent. It's a West Coast. You could tell it's a West Coast. It's a punch you in the face kind of West Coast IPA. It's like, yeah, that's how West Coast IPAs are. They just smack you around real quick while you're drinking them. But it's good for, like, I would say this is not too heavy, so you could probably have this with like a grilled out food and stuff like that, or on a cold night, you know. Some New England clam chowder or something, you know, something like that. But anyway, it's a holiday, so my producer is a special guest, been on the show before. We have Ashley in the building. Yay! Everybody give a round of applause for Ashley. Yes.
I would have known that. Hold on, wait just a second. I think I have an applause button on here.
Oh, she has an applause button? Uh-oh. We're fancy around here now, baby. New set. Who this?
Dang, I don't have. Oh, yes, I do.
There it is.
Haha. You'll be able to hear it in post.
Good. So anyway, say hello to the people, Ashley.
Hi, friends.
She is here in substitution for Bree, who's
Bree's becoming an auntie today.
Yeah, she's taking care of family things. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. Cheers to that. Cheers to becoming an auntie and an uncle and kids in general. Now, let's get to the news you can booze to. Let's start with the NFL. The tush push was not banned. Boo. It was 22-10 votes, ironically. And in the NFL owners' meetings, you need 24 votes to get a rule approved or not approved, whatever the case may be, or changed, or whatever the case may be. But the biggest news of that was, ironically, that's the same score that the Eagles beat the Packers with. I am calling collusion. But the NFL did say they are going to go ahead and allow the players to go ahead and join in on the Olympics and play flag football. I'm excited to see it because when you think of flag football, you think of guys like the Daryl Dossett, who said that he is better than Patrick Mahomes as far as football IQ and things like that. And listen, as a person who played in like weekend flag footballs and football leagues, and a person who sees people that play it professionally and know some Olympic flag football players, that's a bit of a stretch, but now we get to see. Now we get to see what the difference is. Now we get to see if you're really about that life, if you're really as athletic as you say you are, and if your football IQ is really like that. His highlights were absolutely like that, so I have to give him some credit for that. But I don't know. Again, Patrick Mahomes is arguably one of the GOATs. So it's just, I don't know. I hope he's ready. I hope he is set up for what's coming, because there's probably going to be some gunning for him, because you don't talk about Patrick Mahomes in the NFL unless you actually get your ass on that field and face him. Now, on to the NBA. The MVP was finally announced. Finally. I don't know. It still does not make, it's still a mystery to everyone. Everyone except for the NBA. Why they decided to take so long to announce it. It was SGA. We all knew it was going to be SGA. I don't understand what the whole hang-up was. They had the votes since the end of the season. It's now the conference finals, and we just now finding out. Like, that this doesn't make sense. Of course, people were mad. Excuse me. People were mad because Jokic should have won it, and I can understand the argument. This year, he did average a triple-double, 29 points, really 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. Listen, Jokic is phenomenal. Jokic is that guy. But when it comes to MVP voting, one, you have to take into consideration, it's a popularity contest. And of all the people this year, SGA's popularity kind of skyrocketed this year. Like, he was constantly in the news when they were talking about fouls. He was constantly in the news about, as far as where he's taking OKC. He was just constantly in the news. He put up a stat that hasn't been done since the Jordan era of like I told you on the show, 30 points, 50% field goal for 3 years. That's Jordan-esque. Now, if he wins a championship, everybody needs to shut the fuck up who's talking the Jokic stuff, because Jokic got knocked out by SGA. So, I mean, maybe that's what the NBA was trying to do there, trying to see who was going to win before they announce it, but it didn't really make any sense. You should have announced it before the series, but whatever. I digress. NBA does what they do. They want to do that way. That's completely fine. But like I said, people were just upset about it because, yes, Jokic had the better stats, but if you look at the impact, Denver, would they have made a playoff run without Jokic? I doubt it. But you put Jokic on a team with nobodies, and he most likely will not be in the playoffs. You do that with
Isn't he on a team with nobodies?
No, Jamal Murray, Gordon, Westbrook is past his prime, Brown. I don't think so. I mean, I can see the argument. Don't get me wrong. I can see the argument. They're not superstars. SGA doesn't have any superstars really
Who's
either.
on OKC right now?
OKC has Williams, who's the next man, and then they have a bunch of other guys that I don't remember all of their names. Like, they're not that, like, there's no spectacular person on that team besides SGA. At least Jokic has a supporting cast. Jamal Murray is no fucking slouch. Like, he averaged 20 some odd points a game, or over 20 points a game in the season and in the playoffs. Like, Jokic, SGA had help with Williams, but again, Williams is not a household name like Jamal Murray is. To me, Jamal Murray is definitely up there. Gordon, who I said on the show, if they would have made a deeper run, should have been the playoff MVP because he was balling out of his fucking mind this playoffs. They had Gordon. He just has more of a supporting cast. They just were not coached well. I think that was the biggest thing, and I think that's why they let go of Mike Malone, who I would like to bring up is a hater, absolute hater. They had him on ESPN, and talking about the OKC Minnesota game and the amount of hate, subtlety and not subtle hate that he has towards SGA and the fouls that he gets. Those of you that watch actual basketball and see how smooth SGA really is, and especially during this playoff run, it's very hard for anyone to argue that SGA is not probably one of the best scorers we've ever seen.
Isn't this the kid that keeps getting dumb fouls for like post-game post-scoring reactions?
That's what everybody tries to say, but that's not why he gets fouls called. He creates the, I don't want to say contact, because he creates the contact, and then because he does it so smoothly or so fluid, it looks like he's flopping, but he's not. Like, if you look at it, he actually can speed up, then slow down and take it too. He's a lot like a faster, skinnier Luka. Like, if you see how Luka goes
it's not for the guns or anything like that, because I thought
that's Ja Morant. You're thinking of Ja Morant. Yeah, no. Not Ja Morant. If you look at the what's his name? If you look at Luka, if you look at there's another comparison. God, I forgot who it was. Kyrie, kind of the same thing. Like Kyrie, Brunson, a lot of the younger guards, they create the contact. He's just one of the best to do it. And it's not really, yes, the argument, I could see it. It's like, oh, he gets very favorable calls and things like that. Yes, I could see that. I understand the argument to that, but he really doesn't. Like, he really actually puts in the work. So my thing is like, there's some highlights, you can even see it, like he gets pushed, but they don't call it until he shoots the ball up. That's not on him. That's on the refs. But if he's already he's making the motion so smooth from contact or dribbling to going up to layup or shoot. I mean, you just listen. If you don't watch basketball, just say that. That's all I'm saying. Mike Malone, maybe that's why you're not on the sideline with Denver anymore. Maybe you just need to watch more basketball, buddy, and stop being a hater. Now on to the playoffs, because I don't want to stretch on that too much, because there has been some amazing. The best series by far in the playoffs is New York and Indiana. By far the best series we have ever seen. Not ever seen, but it is definitely top like 10 right now because of Hallie, of the comeback, of Brunson, Cat. I mean, like, again, another team with a bunch of names that you really don't know, like the Siakam, who's a champion, who is a championship ring holder, by the way, because he won one. I believe he won one in Toronto. And then also you have Top, and they're just a bunch of young guys that are not household names. The only one that's a household name is Hallie, and Hallie has been balling. They came back game one from a 20-point deficit in the Garden, and he hit the choke. Yes, the famous Reggie Miller choke in the Garden after hitting a buzzer beater that he thought was the game winner. Now, if they would have lost that game, he would have been the biggest meme of all time for NBA, in my opinion, because there is no way. First off, that was a hell of a shot. It was a hell of a shot, hell of a game, but there is no way that if he would have missed that, or he would have made that and didn't realize it was a 3, or he thought it was a 3 and it wasn't, it was a 2, and they lost the game. My God, man. My God. The Pacers are showing out at the Garden, but Knicks did win. So the series now is 2-1. And listen, the Knicks are better away from home, which is completely understandable because you get your best shot. Most of the time, teams put up their best shot in the Garden because, like, Haliburton hadn't had the moments that we all, like, he hadn't had them until now. Excuse me, because of the Garden. It's the fucking mecca of basketball. And that's why the Knicks probably play better at Indiana. Or they're going to play better at Indiana. But anyway, moving on to Minnesota and OKC. It hasn't been a very entertaining series. every single game has been a double-digit win on both sides. First it was OKC twice at home. Now it's Minnesota, and they're at home. I'm really hoping that SGA and them can figure out a way to keep it at least close. I don't care if they win or not, win, lose, or draw, whatever the case may be, but at least make it close. The last 3 games have just been absolutely snooze fest because they've just been blowouts, and they've been just bad. I mean, bad. Rudy Gobert, where are you on offense? Where are you on offense? But yeah, now on to hockey. Stars. Go Stars. Stars basically gave me a heart attack game 1. I died and came back. Yes, that night I died and came back. They were losing. I was ready to just throw in the towel and stop watching hockey altogether. It happened to it. It's happening again. It's happening fucking again. And they did the craziest thing that anybody has seen, I think, in hockey comebacks of all time. I tried to find another comeback like that. I have not seen it. And you're looking at me perplexed. I Googled this. Google be lying, but I Googled this and I had not seen it.
I don't know what happened, so.
My God, man, we got to get you watching hockey at least. So what happened was, yeah, I know. What happened was the Edmonton Oilers were kicking our ass. It was 3-1 and going into the third period. And then all of a sudden, in the third period, every single Stars fan was basically ready to check out and leave, me included. I was turning it off. And then I got a notification that a score happened. Then another one. Then another one. And we won 5-3. Yeah. So I died.
The collective we too, aren't you?
Say that again.
The collective we.
Yes, the we. Yes. I'm a Stars fan. Go Stars. Go Stars. Only Dallas team I'm a fan of. So yeah. But listen, it's been a roller coaster for the Stars fans, and I said this earlier when the playoffs started that the Stars every year have done this. They had trouble with the Knights. The next year they beat the brakes off the Knights. They had trouble with Avalanche. I may be flipping that backwards, but they beat the Avalanche. They had trouble with the Oilers, I believe, last year.
Yeah, they lost to the Oilers.
And I'm hoping that they do the same thing that they've time and time done again, because please, I don't think my heart can take this anymore. We need to get to the Stanley Cup, even though I really feel like the Panthers are just not gonna lose. I watched 2 of their games, and what the hell are the Carolina, whatever they are, Hurricanes? They are lost. They are in a blender. They have been getting smacked every single game. And they've done this last year, I think they did the same thing. They got swept last year. Like, they haven't learned their lesson. The Panthers are just look at this.
Bennett backs out to the line. Ekblad straight on at the blue line has it. Ekblad patiently. Long shot tipped wide by Verhaeghe. Back behind the net. He rips it up front. Jammed it. And they score! And it's Sam Bennett crashing the net. And the Panthers take a 4-0 lead with 39 seconds to play here in the second. What a shift. And the Panthers are rewarded with a 4-goal lead.
4-0. They didn't score that game. And then I think they didn't score the next game or the game. Like, bro, it's not even a fucking competition between Carolina and Florida. Like, what the? Come on, make it a series so that if the Stars go 7, that they're tired too. Carolina, man. Just please. For the sake of hockey, I don't know. It's just crazy. I've never seen it, but I'm still rocking with the Stars. Stars in 6. I said it before. Stars in 6. Go Stars. Now it's time for Beer Goggles of the Week. Oh man, and it was some crazy, it was some crazy stuff going on. But there's a coach, and this comment was absolutely amazing, and it got me. It got me. The tweet is obsessed with the calm quotation marks. I got it. Then the immediate crash out.
Boston continues to show her frustration. It really started a couple.
The ref couldn't even do it. Poor ref. He couldn't even do nothing. He thought she was going to argue that calmly. Nah, fam, you about to get this work. She crashed out right after telling her fan, a teammate, I got this. I got this. Let me do this. My goodness. And then, of course, OKC is on the beer goggles after game 1. It's an OKC thing. The local reporter for Oklahoma's got to be like, he's just a part of it now. They made him T-shirts. He's just in it now. And my God, he can't get a serious interview to save his life. And it's absolutely hilarious. I love that they do it. It is definitely a Thunder thing. And next up, Hasbulla is recreating Lion King with Bones Jones. What are we doing here? The fact that he did like 360s, like he just spinning his kid around or guy around. That's a grown ass man, by the way. That's not a kid. He's just of the short man, but that's ridiculous. First, Mike Tyson treated him like a kid, and now John Jones over here picking him up and doing the Lion King, and then fucking just spinning him around like a child, is like an infant, is crazy. Also crazy. Miss Griner is pissed at this ref.
By Autumn Johnson.
BG, right now you have 10 points, 5 rebounds. We see the Atlanta Dream as being very... Right now she's talking to the refs about holding. We're going to send it back to you guys.
Very important questions.
Yo, the news reporter, she didn't even know what to do on that one. Like, what do we do now? What do we do? Jesus. And that was Beer Goggles of the Week. And now it's time for Six Pack of the Week. And this slide, what a slide, man. What a slide. Yes, I watched softball. Yes, I watched softball. It was very entertaining.
The lineup that did most of the damage to get this 3-0 lead. Cintron with the single. And at the plate, Maddie Moore is called safe. I anticipate a review.
Yeah, she was safe, and I love seeing Texas lose. So shout out to Boomer. Shout out to Clemson too. That was a hell of a slide. That was a hell of a slide. Next up, the Stars come back. You knew it was gonna be on here. I don't know why y'all even looking astonished.
Got to get going, try to get this game tied up at 3. Heiskanen, shot from there it is. That's what they needed. Just like that, the Dallas Stars, great way to start the third period. We're going to have ourselves a game here. All the Dallas Star fans standing up. I can't see the guy on the left half wall. Goal! Bang! Holy shit, what a shot. Was that tipped in front or was it a snip by Mikael Granlund? Granlund, they don't know how to celebrate. They don't know who it is. I don't know if it was Granlund or Robertson. The point is, it's a 3-3 game. Edmonton, you got to wake up, man. The power play is cooking. Oh, off the post, it's still there. Duchesne whacking away. It's in. Unbelievable. What a turn of events here in Dallas. To put this into context, last year, the Edmonton Oilers defeated Dallas in 6 games, and the Stars did not record one single power play goal. Well, here in Game 1, the rematch this year, Edmonton up 3-1, and the Dallas Stars scored 3 straight power play goals in just under 6 minutes.
You heard him. 3 power plays in under 6 minutes. We couldn't get a damn power play last year, and now we rocking, baby. Next up, again, proving my point about SGA and these fouls and how, like, don't listen to social media. Social media is overrated, okay? Watch the game.
Foul, bucket, counted, and one. Some shady sizzle here on the 4th. The lead is 13.
Playing off misses, their defensive pressure, just trying to get you into tempo. I don't know how he completes this play, folks. Takes some contact early. He's on his knees, and he is somehow going to get his shoulders square. There's the bump that makes him lose balance. Falling down to the top of that left side gives it a chance. That's ridiculous.
Okay, some of it's...
Mike Malone, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. That was a hell of a play. And yes, he got fouled. Yeah, he got fouled. I thought it was on the ground, but he already had the ball up. Like she said, he was on his damn knees making the shot. So, yeah. And Hallie. Hallie's just making a run and tired of y'all calling him overrated. So he's just going crazy.
Double teamed Anunoby. Throws it away with a turnover. Indiana has it. Will try to cash in. Oh, what a pass indeed. And Siakam finishes. A look away. What a throw inside.
Yeah, Hallie said, "Fuck y'all. I'm not overrated. Y'all haters, straight up." And this right here was the moment that just let all y'all know, all the haters know in the Garden. Here I am. My name is Haliburton.
Two-point game. Indiana with it. Haliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal. A 3 for the win. And goal! He got it!
Bruh, this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've watched that clip, and every time I notice something different. Honestly, God, truth, that ball bounced way too high. It's not supposed to fall direct. Literally nothing but net after it hit the like it bounced up. It's supposed to go over the shot clock. It's supposed to be he missed the clutch shot. Blah blah blah. And then he hit the choke, the Reggie Miller, and pointed at Reggie to let him know, I see you. I'm here. Oh God, just goosebumps, man. Goosebumps. And last but not least, you're never too old to follow your dream. Shout out to this man. As I understand, he is pushing upwards of 80s. I heard somewhere 100. I don't think he's 100, but he's definitely an older man, bodybuilding, and you're never too old to follow your dreams.
Yeah! Woo! Hit that double by. There we go. Woo! Big guns, Andy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What a flex! Like what? You know how many? I mean, all the old ladies at the house at the nursing home finna hit him up. Yes, man, Andy. Oh my God, Andy. He might be buffer than some people I know, but listen, you're never too old, man. You're never too old to follow your dreams. My guys out here hitting a double bicep on y'all like it's nothing. Listen, that's crazy. And that was the 6-pack of the week. And now it's time for the conversations at the keg. And as always with the WNBA, especially now recently, it's been a lot of hate talk, a lot of racial divide talk, a lot of bullshit drama that is just not really that important for the sport, especially since they have just now turned a new leaf to make a profit. And I just think that stuff like this off the court doesn't help anyone. It really doesn't. It's not a it's not a good look for the sport to have this, but I get it. It's part of what needs to be said, I guess. So anyway, RG3 and Ryan Clark are taking shots at each other. Listen, the videos are a little lengthy, so bear with me.
Caitlin Clark's heroic or hero story. Right. The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. Now, when you look at it, I think A'ja Wilson is the face of the league. A'ja Wilson is the best player in the league. Caitlin Clark is the most important player in the WNBA. And a ton of her fandom has come along with some racial bias or some racial pieces to why people love her so much. And so now if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women. You haven't had opportunities to have those conversations to educate you on what they're feeling, what Black women deal with, what they're seeing when they think of a young Angel Reese. And the whole time that he's mimicking Angel Reese and bobbing his head and moving his neck while he's doing this whole piece, his wife is in the back amening and clapping. And so to me, it's just another situation that now this young lady has to deal with. When I worked with RG3, he would make all of these sort of corny jokes about milk and how much he loved it and how important it was. And he always points out on social media the color of his wife's skin, as if the color of her skin is what makes her special, as if the color of her skin is what makes her a good wife. I've met the lady, I've had a conversation with her. Right. I think she's more than that.
Real quick, does he forget that RG3's mom is Black?
So that is a very valid, very fucking valid point. Thank you.
And doesn't he have sisters?
I believe RG3. I didn't look up his siblings because I'm not. I listen. At the end of the day, to me, this is the pot calling the kettle black. Like Ryan Clark actually has a mixed child. Your first baby mother was white. You don't know RG3 outside of work. You don't know whether or not he has these conversations with family. I'm sure if he don't have siblings, sisters, and things like that, he got aunties. We all got aunties that we love. I have aunties that came in and traveled in for Memorial Day weekend, and man, what? We all get chastised by our aunties and cousins.
I guess he doesn't also realize that RG3's daughters, he's got 4 of them. 4 daughters that are mixed. So they literally have to walk a thin line on both sides because in the society that we have now, they may not be enough on either side. And that's real. I have mixed nieces, I have mixed nephews, and it's
it's unfair, but it's a truth we all have to live in. And I'm sure his daughters, he has conversations with his daughters. But I think that a lot of this, a lot like the inside NBA and ESPN NBA talk, that a lot of this is just good publicity for ESPN. A lot of this feels just very orchestrated. And the reason I say that, I'm going to play RG3's response. Because his initial video was kind of, and again, I told y'all last episode, I will not talk bad about Angel Reese. Okay? If she has a bad game, like statistically speaking, if she has a bad game, I'll say that she had a bad statistic game because she'll admit that herself. But to talk bad about her or let that shine on my show, I will not. I won't. Same thing about Juju. Same thing about Asia, which Ryan was absolutely 1,000% correct. Asia Wilson, just like I won't do Caitlin Clark that way either, or Paige, or Van Lith. I won't do any of the women like that. That's just, to me, we have enough of this in the media. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I'm here for, right? But here is RG3's response. And the reason I want to play this is because I just want y'all to get context of what he responds to.
Has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport. I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. But Ryan, you crossed the line, man. You made it personal and some. I really believe there should be no space in sports media for personal attacks. I've said it before. But certainly personal attacks against wife and children have always been off limits. Ryan, you attacked me and my family in a public forum on a level that shows just how low of a human being you are.
So I will say this from a personal opinion.
Okay.
So say you and I have beef.
Right.
I'm going to say SHIT about you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say something about your son.
Okay. Valid.
Just like I'm not going to say something about your mama. Just like I'm not going to say something about anybody else involved with you, because my problem is your take. My problem is with you and not them. So do I think that Ryan Clark was trying to prove a point but stepped over a line by proving a point, by trying to prove his point? Yes.
Okay.
Because if you said something about my niece, you better watch out, because I'm coming for you.
For sure.
Do I think that RG3 responded correctly? No.
No. Okay. And so that's why I said this is very weird to me, because it feels so orchestrated, because these two are similar, if you will. Like, these two are like Ryan Clark panders on one side and RG3 panders on the other side. They're one and the same to me. And what I don't like is, matter of fact, we'll say this. They are both wrong.
Agree.
They are both wrong. First off, RG3, you're wrong. Okay, about Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark. We talked about it on the show. Do I think she believes in the beef? Not the beef, the rivalry? Yes. But does she hate her? You don't know that woman. How can you literally say?
Do I think there's animosity?
For sure. She's believing into the But I hate?
I'll say this. I don't pay enough attention. I don't think Caitlin thinks there's any.
Yeah, Caitlin does not.
And
but
Caitlin
I think also that I also think that she is Angel doesn't need to. So here's my thing. Angel, like I said before, is going to be a star. She's going to be a household name for things that most likely will be off the court. She is very talented on the court. Let's not put that out like she's not. But
she is also going to be very talented off the court, like a Shaq, like there's other podcasts. I mean, hell, Ryan Clark, honestly, if you want to be truthful, he's a better media member than he was a football player.
Yeah.
I mean,
RG3 is kind of the same way.
Same way. Like, I mean, dog, Kirk Cousins replaced you, and Kirk Cousins is Mr. Mediocre. But I digress. Let me not get too crazy. But they're both wrong. I don't think, one, you can say with definitive evidence that Angel hates Caitlyn. That's just not.
I think he chose the wrong words.
Right. And on top of that, the clip that Ryan was referencing, his wife was in it. His wife was in it hyping him up. Like, yeah, like, so when you, this is the point that I will say, when you I wouldn't put my son on camera.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't put your niece on camera.
Not in that kind of format.
Not in your, when you're doing sports takes. Now, when you bring your family into it, because RG3 is a sicko on Twitter. He be talking about his wife and milk jugs and all this crazy shit. And then he hypes up, what's the dude, Jason Whitlock, who talks about that's some good milk or some shit, like talking about his wife. Bro, that's crazy to me. I'm sorry. You are not objectifying my wife in any form or fashion. If I see it, I'm going to shut it down. If it's Twitter nerds and, gooners out there, sure, whatever. My wife better be bad, whatever the case may be. But, bruh, like, come on. Putting your wife out there like that and then bringing it up in a reference of milk, I understand what Ryan was trying to say.
Yeah.
He said it wrong. Also, Ryan Clark was wrong for making the assumption that RG3 doesn't speak to black women, like that he doesn't have these uncomfortable conversations. I'm gonna say this with all due respect. Motherfucker, what? How do you know what that man does with his family or with his mom or with his aunties? You don't know his cousins. He might have nieces and everything that have those uncomfortable conversations, because RG3, listen, as corny as he may be, both of y'all, to me, there's different levels of corny, and both of y'all realm in that realm of corny. So let's just stop that. Second of all, both of you are making wild assumptions and don't even really fuck with each other and don't know each other that well. Y'all were teammates. We all saw that. That didn't really go well. Y'all were ESPN. Y'all are ESPN pundits or media members, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, whatever. Sure. But you guys don't really know each other outside of work. And that's what I'm saying. It's not like these dudes are friends. So you can't make these assumptions. I think this is a stupid fight and a stupid media, whatever this is, from both angles. It's stupid. It's absolutely the worst thing of all time for both of their media empires. Don't need this attention. Ryan just had a great episode and interview with the guy that got injured, played for I'm forgetting it now, but he basically got injured and he can't walk now. And
the kid. Wait, is it the kid from Alabama?
Yes,
the one that had the brain tumor.
The brain tumor. Yes, he got a brain tumor. Ryan had I was in tears.
Yeah,
like it was so greatly done as a podcast, as an interview. That young man, I want to talk to him. He moved me to be grateful for the things that I have, because that was so powerful. RG3 is moving in his own direction and
championing the goofball and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like he's championing his thing with comedy and sports and not taking it so serious. Like, that's great. This does not work for either one of you. This is a dumb beef. This isn't really even a beef, because I don't think none of you throwing blows, and none of you are going to do anything but talk on Twitter and blah, blah, blah. Y'all are not freedom fighters, neither one of you. You don't, Ryan Clark, you ain't you pander for that side, but you ain't doing nothing. You ain't activist and all that. And RG3, I hope to God you ain't being an activist for the whites. Sorry, that was crazy.
For the whites is crazy. I'm sorry. Anyway, I just hope that it's not. I just hope that this dies very quickly, because to me, I feel like media members beefing does nothing. Like, it does nothing but make the networks more money, because you know what ESPN's going to do? ESPN's going to put them both in a room and make them talk crazy on camera.
Well, but I'm going to also say this. I think lately with like the media, and then on obviously with ESPN and everything else, race is something that gets views. Race is something that gets clicks. So the more you can make it about that, I mean, and this is just from my side, the everyday person doesn't care. Like I have no animosity towards you and your skin tone whatsoever.
Right.
You, I hope, don't have any towards me.
Nah,
besides
absolutely.
my bad attitude. Like,
no, listen.
And I think we try to so hard to keep pushing it because it's such a hot button that's why. I mean, I feel like that's the whole reason that the whole Caitlin Clark, I don't know her. Angel Reese thing is even a thing.
Yes.
Because we can make it about race instead of making it about who's a good basketball player and who's not a good basketball player.
This feels, and I'll say this because you brought it, this feels almost like the same playbook they used with Bird and Magic. But unfortunately, there was a lot better play.
Yeah.
There's no disrespect to either one of those players. Like I said, I will not disrespect any of the women basketball players. I'll talk,
Larry Bird and Jordan were two different players.
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
Larry Bird and Magic were just two different players.
They also were in contention and fighting for championships. Mm-hmm. Caitlin, because it's the thing of it is though, the same thing with Caitlin and Angel. They're both two different stylistic players. Angel is a big, not a big one. She's a center. She's a power forward. She's in the paint. Caitlin is a point or a shooting guard. She's not in the paint. She is out on the, that's why we love her, because she's a splash sister, if you will. Magic and Larry were two different stylistic as well, but they were both very similar as far as having the ball in their hands more. But the difference between them is they were winning championships, and they were putting up good numbers, and they were making the Lakers Showtime Lakers. Larry and the Boston Celtics were a dynasty waiting to be taken down, and it ain't that. Indiana's not good. Caitlin makes them better. Don't get it twisted. Caitlin makes them better. But Indiana's not really a championship team. Why are we not talking about Minnesota? Why are we not talking about New York? Why are we not talking about LA? We're talking about teams and the Aces. And Vegas. Why are we wasting our time arguing about two teams that are still going to be in the top 10 of the draft picks?
Because it
gets a.
But have you also seen about like Caitlin Clark's where Caitlin Clark goes, the ticket prices go up 140%?
Absolutely.
So it sells tickets. It sells.
But
it's stupid.
Yes, it's stupid. And how long does it last?
I think people
people will get tired of that same narrative.
Fatigue is going to happen from both sides.
So you got to have good product on the court. And right now, that should be the WNBA's main concern. It's a lot like the WNBA doesn't have the power that the NFL does, but the WNBA really should take notes from the NFL. They should say, okay, well, listen, if you're going to talk bad about us on a racial side or this versus that, you don't get the rights to talk about us.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Because we want to focus on court performance. There's good basketball. Let's not get it twisted. I say this all the time. There's good basketball. But what I feel like is that we are getting swept up. Everybody gets swept up. Me, other media members, everybody gets swept up in this Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing. They're a year or so removed from each other, and they're going in two opposite directions. Why do we keep pinning them against each other? And realistically speaking, it should be Van Lith and Caitlin, if you want to be real, because LSU ain't forgot. LSU did not forget when Van Lith let Caitlin go crazy. Mm-hmm. I got LSU family and all of them.
I'll also
say the same thing.
Say this. I think part of the reason that it's the drama versus the play is because it's women's sports.
Which I just feel like that's
sports
terrible.
are a lot more likely to be viewed due to the drama in them than to the actual sports. I mean, granted, I was a soccer player, saw this from that angle. What all do you see from the NWSL?
I watched. I mean, not much.
Exactly.
Yeah, not
and
much.
some of the most
there's some talent there. I
most
will say,
talented, athletic.
Dennis
most
Rodman's
decorated.
daughter. Yeah, Dennis Rodman's daughter is a beast.
I mean, the women's national soccer team has won more gold medals in World Cups
than men's.
Than not just men's, but like you go put Olympic titles in there, like they're up there. And I mean, what do we see from them? And I mean, Trinity Rodman,
beef about their salaries. You're right.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about. I mean, and that's honestly, and I think that's what I'm saying is like I get it, and that's why I think this.
We see more from the MLS, and
yeah, we do.
Who the hell watches MLS besides Messi?
Hey, we watch.
Yeah, see exactly. You watch the Premier League sometimes.
No. I definitely watch. I watch
FC
Messi.
Dallas?
Yes, I watch FC Dallas. I couldn't think of the name. Thank you, FC Dallas. I definitely
That's
watch
my
FC
point,
Dallas.
though.
And I definitely watch Mbappe. I watch Mbappe wherever he's at. I think he's at shit. It's a hard name to say. Lou. I don't know. Anyway,
But that's my point, though,
Yeah.
is that
it's not. Yeah,
women's
it
soccer
sells
in
tickets.
the U.S. is one of the most highly touted best things, and more women play women's soccer than any other sport.
Right.
And yet we're sitting here talking about the WNBA and the drama going on in the WNBA.
But to drive home my point, and that's what I'm saying, I feel like this whole beef was orchestrated. I feel like this whole thing.
I don't know if it was orchestrated, but I feel like people took advantage of it.
For
so
sure.
saying, okay, hey, Ryan, you want to drum up some more?
Right.
Let's do this.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Robert.
Right. Robert. That just sounds terrible.
Time
Robert.
to clap back, friend. And you know what? I feel like he
time to
really
clap
insulted your
back.
wife there.
Oh. And he didn't really even insult her. And that was my
But
thing that
once
just
again,
kind of.
you don't talk about someone's family.
You don't. And I completely agree. And I feel like honestly in the world that we
Unless it's
live
your
in
mama.
now. And what?
Remember the TV show Your Mama?
Oh my God, no. And the world we live in now with the political climate, the sports climate, everybody's trying to, divide and conquer, and I'm with this side and I'm with that. And I feel like all this stuff is just a bunch of fucking hype for make us pay attention to the left hand or the right hand, while the left hand or the right hand, whichever one you're paying attention to, is doing something else behind your back. But the WNBA, what I hope will do is use this in a good light. First off, Caitlyn is now injured. She's out for 2 weeks. So what's going to happen to ticket prices now? You know what I'm saying? It's only 2 weeks, but let's see. The news just came out. We'll see what happens, right? If she goes out and ticket prices drop substantially and attendance drops substantially, what are you going to do, WNBA, when all this drama and all this shit catches the fatigue that it's going to catch?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? My thought is hope to God that the Van Liths, the Asia Wilsons, the Pages, all of the talent, Kelsey Plums, all of the talented players you have in the league, hopefully they're putting on a continued effort of good basketball.
Wait, hold on. Speaking of WNBA drama, did you see the cheating scandal with the Phoenix Suns WNBA?
I saw. See, it is what I'm talking about. Why is there so much drama in the WNBA? Golly,
But
I did see it.
It's
yes.
now that chick is now. I mean, granted, she's already had a lot of people, but now that chick's being talked about. She is because
I had no idea who she was.
Isn't she?
She was Caitlin's teammate, I think.
Isn't she? She's fine.
She is fine. Most of the women in WNBA are fine. Let's just put that out there. All the hype that the good basketball players look like men. No, they don't. Brittany Griner, honestly, if she wanted to dress up and be like a woman, she'd be fine as hell. But she is tall as shit.
Wait, have you seen Brittany without her shirt on?
Because she had the surgery. She had the top surgery. That's why.
You don't even get me started on Brittany Griner. I think she should
Listen,
still be in a
before
Russian
Brittany
prison.
went all the way, Brittany was cute if she just put the effort to be cute. As a man talking to a straight woman, cute. But Asia Wilson is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Paige is gorgeous.
That
Van
Las
Lith
Vegas
is gorgeous.
Aces team,
is flawless
moly.
victory. Oh my god! Did you see? Yeah.
I'm not into women, but they are so fine.
And did you see that the LA team? I think it was Sparks. Wanted to have like men and women come to practice for their team, and like there was thousands of men trying to sign up. Yeah, because
they were fine.
Fine. All the back me down, Kelsey Plum. Absolutely back me down. I'm in the lane. Okay, but
hence why they didn't let them in it.
Listen, I mean,
I feel like that's a sexual assault case ready.
It is a sexual assault case waiting to happen. That's why I didn't sign up. But
so gay men only.
Hey, listen.
I don't know how you prove that, but gay men only.
Booty and yeah, listen. He might have got excited too. Blood rush everywhere. Okay, listen. But anyway, listen. That was conversations at the cake. We out of here with that. Anyways,
you started it.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you started it. You started with the Phoenix sex scandal.
No. So they're suing him back.
Yeah, they are because there's
for defamation.
For defamation, because she's saying she never did anything with him and that he made all this shit up. And I'm like, why would he make this up? This helps him none.
Supposedly, though, that's part of the reason he was let go.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So why would he make that up? Why would he?
Because then it becomes unlawful termination if you're let go for something like that.
Unlawful termination for fucking one of your employees?
No. So it's not that's not why he was let go.
Oh.
It's like a photographer or it's somebody within the organization who had access to the organization that is now suing because he's not allowed access to the organization anymore.
Got it.
And I don't know if it was I think it might be a security guard or
okay, yeah, because I was like, wait, I thought it was like somebody low, like it wasn't. I mean, not low level, but it wasn't. It's a low level employee. But my thing is like, okay, so you were terminated because
supposedly he wasn't doing his job.
Right, you weren't doing your job, but you're saying you were terminated because you had a relationship with the girl.
No. So he's putting out there that the GM of they're the Phoenix Suns too, right?
Phoenix Mercury.
Okay, so the GM of the Phoenix Mercury was having relations with one of the players.
Okay.
And he's saying that because he knew that's part of the reason that he was let go.
Okay. All right, whatever.
Which becomes unlawful termination.
Okay. I mean, I see how we're, piecing together the chess pieces or checker pieces here, whatever. But to me, it's like, bro, take your L and move on. Like, come on.
I'm not somebody who messes with other people's livelihoods.
Yeah,
so
like, why would you, like, who cares? And now what you look like is a snitch. And now nobody's going to hire you. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, so you can't even keep a fucking secret of the players and the GM or the owner or whatever.
He's probably hoping to get
he's probably hoping to get a big bag. But my thing is like, even if you settle, now you're fucked. Now you're cooked. My thing is, shut your fucking mouth.
Especially if you're in security.
God, bro. That's just stupid. Listen, that is dumb. If there's only one thing of advice Ziggy will ever give you is do not believe the lie that they told you that closed mouths don't get fed. That is a lie. Case in point. Closed mouths get fed all the time because here's the thing. If you shut your mouth and they know 9 times out of 10, if they're wealthy, they're going to take care of you. So you shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. You damn snitches and clout. Same thing with the fucking prank calls. You dummies. All you had to do was shut up. It was a great prank. Shut up.
The fact they posted the videos made them idiots.
Absolute morons. It was a great prank. It was. I don't feel bad.
I'm going to say this. If a prank hurts somebody, it's not a good prank.
It didn't hurt him.
It hurt their feelings.
It didn't hurt him. He laughs about it now.
Okay.
And you know why?
Well, then it was a great prank.
Yeah, he got a $4 million. Now, granted, he probably would got higher, but he did that to himself. It was a great prank. To me, that was a great prank. The prank, the call that went to the running back or whatever name that Bond.
That didn't
get drafted. Not so much a great prank because he didn't get drafted, but he did that to himself. My thing is like you do it to yourself. I can't feel bad for you.
The people that are calling for heads kind of bother me on that one.
Yeah,
like,
because
what are you gonna do?
Take away his phone.
Like his dad's gonna spank him.
Nah, listen,
like,
low key though. Listen, I would beat the brakes off my son. You cost me 100 racks. You cost me 100 racks, son. You might be taking out the will. You cost me 100. Me, not the team. The team got 250. You cost me 100 racks, and I don't know if you know, but coordinators
he's gonna be working it out.
Coordinators do not make millions upon millions of dollars. Just being honest, and there is no way I'm whooping his ass from sun up to sundown until I'm exhausted.
Don't
and I got
coming to Christmas,
endurance.
child.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
And don't expect any Christmas gifts.
Don't listen. If you're in school, you better figure out how to pay for it yourself.
Yeah, that old miseducation is not.
Yeah,
cheap.
you better get 3 jobs. I don't give a damn because what? 100 grand? Again, shut up. If you would have just kept it between you and your dumbass friends. If you would have just kept it between you and the 4 walls that you heard or walked in on, you might still be getting paid. You might still be graduating Ole Miss without paying a dime. But now, you're a liability. And you must go. Simple as that, people. Simple as that. Shut up. Just my thoughts. Listen, this is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. And it's a cold harbor. So shut up and drink it. YDC and Sunset Lounge will be at the Frisco Rough Riders Thirsty Thursday games all season. Go to ridersbaseball.com/specials and use code Let's Ride 25.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.